Yo, what's good, guys? Xyoxa here, and for today, we're gonna be. Alright, so for today, we're gonna be basically um, going over some of the clan players that do takeover and some of the people that reacted in my comment I had on my announcement. So we're gonna go over those announcement comment people who reacted with Star. And then people who I think are basically relevant to talk about. If you are way too OG and you no longer play the game, I'm not going to talk about you. If you play 16, I'm most likely not going to talk about you. If you are really bad, I'm most likely not going to talk about you. So if you are in this video already, congratulations, you're in the bubble that I call this the Gota bubble. If you are in the Gota bubble, you are officially like in the scene. You are you have eyes. You have people's attention. You are a good player. You are someone who's wanted. You get the point, right? So already being in this video, no matter what I say about you, you should be happy. Okay. Now, first we're gonna go on the announcement I made on Digit. I'm just gonna read it, right? So I actually had a special request who I should start off with. So I'm gonna respect that request, right? Proxy, right? So here's what I think about proxy. I think that when it comes to motherships, he's really good. He is his specialty is motherships. I would say. I think he's one of the best out there when it comes to the knowledge of motherships and doing the motherships, like actually the game sense of motherships. So the knowledge is there, the game sense is there. We like to see that. When it comes to Spurban is good. When it comes to solo tricks, everything, right? They are all good. So he's a really solid player. He's been a very solid player for a long time. So he has that history. So he has that reputation with him. So I would say Proxy is a very good player. I feel like Proxy is one of the most wanted people to have in a clan. I would love to have multiple proxies in a clan that are active, that are good, that can communicate, that can speak English, that can do good callouts, that can listen. Like Proxy is such a good player to have in your clan. He's one of the most solid gem players. That's what I have for Proxy. And throughout this video, I'm going to talk about people with no filter, no politics or anything like that. I don't care if you hate me after this video. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? Proxy is not toxic. That's another good trait that he has. So that's exactly who you want to be, right? You want to be that guy. So if you don't know who to be, that's your guy. Now moving on, right? Let's talk about the people who reacted. I'm gonna go by order. So we got Super. Super. I haven't played with him that much, but I think Super is one of those people that are just like a takeover player, like a definitional takeover player, right? I don't know. Personally, when I like go against Super, or I haven't played with him that much, so I don't have that much experience to say against him or for him. And if you're watching the Super, we should now that you joined Digit, we can maybe play more and get to know each other, right? So with Super, I know he has a reputation of being a solid player for a long time, right? So he has that reputation. He's not that toxic. He's a good guy, right? He has been in every and any clan. He can join any clan, right, if he really wants to. I think right now he's a little bit washed, but he's coming back, right? So I would say he is a solid player right now. I wouldn't say he's one of those key big players that I would like. I'm glad he's in the clan, but yeah, I don't think personally if he was out of the clan we would feel his presence out. However, currently I'm seeing to see that like he's active in VCs and he's contributing to those scrims and takeovers. That's also great. We like to see that. So I feel like now Super is on the rise. It's on the rise, but he's not like up there just yet. But he has potential. I feel like if he does more with us, he has potential. Messi, I do think that he is one of the best speedrunners when it comes to speedrunning. He is really good. I don't speedrun better than with anyone with else. I mean, I don't know. I just stumbled there, but you get the message. I speedrun with him the best. That's what I meant, right? I think he's a very solid player as well. I have nothing bad against him, right? He's a solid player. Um, he's a solid player. He has decent game sense. I feel like okay. I feel like with Messi, it's adaptive game sense. So he's like this, right? If you just let him be, right, just by himself, he's starting getting into multi-box. So that has improved his let him be by a lot. So right now, currently, if he was let be, I would put him at expert, right? I would definitely put him at expert comfortably without hesitation. He's really good when it comes to speedrun, right? However, I feel like when it comes to just like him making those decisions, I think he makes good decisions, but not the best decisions. Does that make sense? Like out of every decisions to make, he like let's rank those decisions from 1 to 10. He goes for the second, third, fourth, fifth. He doesn't do fifth, sixth, seven, eight, not much, right? I need someone that needs to do first the best decision, right? I do respect him a lot. He is a solid player. He used to be much more active. His activity kind of went down. He now plays at nights because of his shift that he has. He has a night shift. He works somewhere in Boston, right? So because of that work coming in, that's gonna slow his things down. But he kept that reputation for so long that everyone knows how good he is. So he has proven himself to everyone. He's compatible, he's adaptive, and that's why I wanted to say about the adaptive. If he plays with someone who's like super elite, right, then he's gonna be just fine. Like he's gonna be able to like be compatible with those people, right? Some people, for example, are hard stuck, right? Let's say they play with someone who's so much better, but like they bring that person down, right? So imagine like a wavelength, right, going up and down. If a better wavelength comes above it, that better wavelength can pull Messi. So in a way, he can be a good assist character. He's a good lead too. But if he's someone better, he can definitely get assist, right? Some people have that barrier where they can't pass; they have to lead, right? He can pass that. He can follow the other wavelength, right? So he can get pulled by that wavelength. So he's coachable, is what I'm trying to say, basically, right? If I don't know you, I'm just gonna skip you. So sorry. Naru. I think Naru right now is not that active. Would I want him in my clan, for example? To be honest, with people like Naru, I'm not really sure because with those people, I feel like they play with their own like circle. They never actually play with the clan. They never actually join scrims and like takeovers. They would raid the scrims and raid the takeovers, letting the other people know like it's like that. I mean, he himself is a decent player, right? He had a good peak. I don't think he's at his peak right now, right? But like with Naru, he's my G. I like him, of course. Nothing personal against him. But right now, like for example, thinking of like whether or not he's someone to have in a clan, uh, I don't think so. He would be on the side where he would just get the elite, sit on the elite, and just not do anything with it, right? I don't like those type of people or players, because I feel like that kind of kills the clan, and I don't like to get the kill. I'd rather have people that don't just sit with elite. I'd rather have no elites than people have sit with elites and just ego and whatever. Like I don't know. I don't think Naru is like that with me personally, but I have seen him like that with others, right? I think Naru is a good guy. He's not toxic to me, but I think he might be toxic to others. So I'm gonna tag him and label him as a little bit of a toxic player. Not too much though. Nevermind. I think Nevermind is a solid player, but he never really played out of his circle, right? He hasn't proven everybody that he's a solid player. For example, Naru, he going back to Naru, for example, he played with other people, right? He played with other people. Now everyone kind of knows who he is. Never mind, he doesn't really play with a lot of people. He either multi-box or plays with his little circle, right? So with that, you don't have a lot of opinion on him. You don't even know how much he is. So some people can be like, oh, he's a decent player, but he's not that good, or he's all right, right? I personally think that he is decent. I don't think he's the good players or the best players, of course, but like no hesitation, he would get advanced. But I don't know if he would play with the clan, and I don't know if he would be active. I don't know. He's been like the same. He didn't really have a wave where he had good times, bad times. He's been always the same. You know what I mean? He's always been consistent. Consistent is good. I'll give that to him. But I don't think it's like wow, like That's what I think about Nevermind. His old name was Ahmed, right? I'm not if I'm not mistaken. So I'm trying to connect the dots from there too. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment sections. When it comes to Twizzy, Twizzy is a solid player. I know him since from Crescent times. It's an old clan. I don't know if you all know that. It used to be 16, but has some 64 players. I don't know if I joined there with a merge or some sort of a deal. I forgot. It was an old time. But I remember meeting him from there. He was a solid player all the time. He's a very safe player, takeover player. He plays with a lot of good players. He has a good connection with the good players and everything. Do I think he himself is really good? I don't think himself is really that good, personally. Um, yeah, that's what I think about Twizy. I don't really have that much opinion on him other than that, right? He's more of that like he doesn't have the skill necessarily like mechanic wise. Like I don't think he can do all that like multi-box mechanical like crazy splits and like these skills, right? He doesn't have those skills, but he has that like experience. He has that he has a little bit of a game sense that I can respect. Like you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you know what I'm talking about when I talk about skill. Like some people are fast, skilled, and do stuff quickly. They have like these, like they're more modern players or whatever. Like Tuzi would be breaking. He would be playing really safe. He would do these sneaky baits. I feel like that's the type of player he is. I respect that. I don't have anything against that. But when I'm like ranking people how good they are, I don't think he has that skill with him. But he always plays with. I feel like he doesn't multi that alone that much. I don't know. I feel like he had a better peak than now. He is a good player, but I don't think he's like he's not like you get the point. Octavio, see with Octavio, I I think I think with Octavio, to be honest, I'll be honest with you guys, right? So we're not gonna just talk about skill. We're gonna talk about like their history. Like for example, with Twizzy, I knew him since Kreskin. Never mind, I knew him since Ahmed days or whatever. He's been consistent old Naru, Messi, super right. Octavio, I don't know who he really is. I don't know. Did he have an old name? Because he just popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like if you made a graph of him being relevant and good or whatever, for me at least, it's like no nothing, 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 boom. It's like a meme coin. Where the hell did he just get that increase from, right? He's definitely in the scene, right? We're talking about this Gota bubble scene, right? He's definitely one of the front people that are leading the scene, right? Because he owns a clan. I don't know. He's out there. I don't know how. He's out there. Um, he has his own little circle, right? Like ZistoZVN and stuff like that. You get. I don't know the rest, but like I do, but like I need to look them up, right? Basically ace, right? He has his ace people, small but like strong, right? So he has his own group that makes him even stronger, right? So he is a good leader. I'll give that to him. Do I think he has that old like reputation and whatever? Personally, I don't. I didn't know him for a long time. I knew him for like I mean I kind of kept going back and forward with the quits. Yeah, I mean I took a lot of like these long breaks. So like yeah, technically I was playing since 2015, right? Like since like Agarp days, if even people know what that is, the old name of Gota, right? And I had different phases where I would do Clipper phases, YouTube phases, streaming phases, uh, even like some go to Discord phases or just chat, whatever. I even had an old name that some people know, like not a lot of people know, but I used to be even an older YouTuber, right? Like I've been around for a long time, right? Octavio, I feel like I knew him since 2021, 22. I mean, I don't even know. Maybe 2023, 22. I don't know. I didn't really calculate it, but he's a new person in the scene that is now leading people. He's one of the leading people that are in the scene. So much respect for him for that having that comeback. But I would like to know about who he is more. Like, I would like to know about what was his old name. Am I tripping? Was he someone who was always good? Was he a random? What's the deal with Octavio, right? I don't know. Leave it in the comment sections, right? Because I personally don't know him that much, other than the type. Like of course we did a clan war against him. I see him in Ace. I see him typing in Digit. Like I know who he is, but I don't really know his history. Like I know with the other people I mentioned. So I would like to, right? Okay, Relly. See, Relly is a really solid player. He's been always skilled, I feel like. Almost always. He had certain peaks where he was elite, I feel like in Serenity, if I'm not mistaken, right? But I feel like after Serenity or whatever, he's kind of just been like thrown around a little bit, right? He's like, I mean, he isn't been leading the scene that much, right? I don't think he has been leading the scene that much. I don't see him in Clan Wars or Takeovers. Like he's kind of like forgotten a little bit, but he's a forgotten gem. That's why I did talk to him a little bit, right? Saying like, for example, for me, I would like to have Relly in my clan, right? I'm also gonna mention who I would like to have in the clan for a reason and whatever. I would like to have Relly in the clan because Relly is super underrated, right? He isn't not. I mean, he's known in the community, but like not as known as I don't think as people credited. Like I feel like Relly had a good peak at elite. Right now, I don't think he's that good. Right, I think he's like skilled. Right, if he worked his way up, he could be expert or whatever. Uh, I feel like that's why like you want to have these people like that will shine back with your clan. Right, I feel like Relly would be a good person to join Digit, and once he's active and playing with the people in Digit, and like joining takeovers and scrims, and maybe even like more, right? And I guess he rolls up and everything. I could see him being like shine again, get that motivation and drive to be good again. But right now he's just like an old guy who doesn't do much anymore. He's just like at his corner, plays whenever for fun. I respect it, whatever. Arthur, I don't want to say too much about him. I I just know that he has a good reputation on 16. Uh, that's about it. I don't play 16. I'm gonna keep it at that. Moving on. Um, I think he's leading a scene on the 16 though. I'll give that to him. So I'm not too involved with 16, but he's leading that scene a little bit. I'm pretty sure. Um, don't quote me on it because I'm not in the scene for 16, right? So I don't know. Tregsy. Okay, Tregsy, man, I have so much, right? Like Tregsy, I think he's a very, very solid player. I think he's elite. Currently, I think he's elite. Did I think he had a better peak? Not necessarily. I don't think he had a very. But I think he's keeping his peak for now. But he's not active. He's not playing with the clan. He's not doing. I feel like he's like this gold mine that we can't mine. You know what I mean? And that gets me irritated. Like, why can't we use him up a little bit? You know what I mean? Tregsy, provide some stuff. Like, get people in the clan that are good, that are like you. I know you got some connections, right? Call them up, hit them up. Be like, yo, I'm a high up in Digit. Let me get you through. Let me test you. Let's make this like I need more of that Tregsy. Right now he's just like kind of like Relly in a way. Like he's just retired, like chilling in the corner, like not doing much. He just plays whatever. Which of course I respect, but like I'm criticizing it. You know, I'm judging. Like I'm why, just be more. You can do more. Do more. Right. That's what I want. Dior, bro. Honestly, I don't know. A lot of people say I'm wrong on this, but bro, I think Dior is not that good. Simply, he's not that good. I don't know how he's that relevant. He is that relevant, I guess, through connections. I think he is member level. Being honest with you guys, I don't go call me crazy. I'm not gonna filter. I'm gonna stand by what I say. From what I'm playing with him, whenever I play with him, whenever I go against him, whatever, right? Just him is member level, right? Did he had a peak as skilled? Maybe, maybe. Never elite. I don't think he was ever elite. Maybe he had a peak in Serenity. I don't know who or gave him the ego or hype or whatever. I don't have anything personal against him. He's in my clan for a reason because it's good to have some people that are like have decent connections and have decent reputation, right? Right. So I'll keep him in the clan, but If he leaves the clan, it's not going to be a huge deal, right? But if he stays, it's more of a positive, right? So Dior, nothing personal against you, but I said I'm gonna be honest. I'm honest. I don't think you're that good, bro. I think you need to work a lot on things, or you have to prove it to me that you're good. I don't know. That's it though. Stylish. I think stylish is a upcoming like like I said I'm gonna be honest, right? So I think stylish is like a random in a way, right? But he is in the scene. He's building his way up into the scene. He is a random because he's kind of new to the scene, right? That's what happens, right? When you're never like, I mean, the only reason, for example, why stylish is a random and Dior is not a random, for example, is because Dior was in the scene for longer and had a better peak or whatever, right? So currently, though, currently speaking, I would rather play with stylish than Dior, right? That's what people don't get. Skill wise, I would rather play with stylish than Dior because I think he listens. I think he does. I think he does good, right? Um, I think stylish is decent. I think he is member level. Um, I could. I think. I feel like when he tries or has a good chemistry, he can sometimes be advancing. But to be safe, to have the like, I'm not gonna. Since he's not that consistent with that advanced skills, just gonna lower it to member. P6, okay, I don't know why he has so much hate. I don't know who he is. So he might be a random. Because I didn't know who he is until like this couple months ago, right? Maybe I knew him, old name, I don't know, right? I played with him, he's pretty good. To be honest, he's pretty good. I would say he's advanced. Not much to say about him. Whenever I play with him, he does good stuff. Sometimes he can fuck up. I'll be honest. Sometimes he can do something stupid, right? That could get on my nerves. So he needs to work on that consistency, right? So imagine a like a wavelength, right? This is skilled. This is advancing, and this is elite. Whatever you get the thing. The wavelengths standard deviation, right? For example, right? How wide or range, right? Range is just more common, right? Range is really high, right? So sometimes he can act like member, but sometimes he can act like skilled, right? But most of the time it's advanced, so I'm gonna call him advanced. Um, I'm not, I'm not sure who that is. Violence, Violence is a 256 player, right? Um, I know he's been in the YouTube game. Yeah, I don't have much to say about him. I think he's like a scripter too, whatever. He used to have led the scene in a way by making scripts, tags, and I think a little bit of YouTube if I'm not mistaken. But right now, I don't think he's leading the team. Better, better. I don't think better is at his peak at all. I played with him recently, and I don't think he's that good. He is a safe player. Like I was saying with certain people, they don't make bad decisions, but they don't make the best decisions, right? So like, let's say you have 10 decisions to make, and you rank them from best to worst. There's one best, second best, third best, fourth best, right? Wait a second. Yeah. So let's say that's the case, right? I think he makes like the fourth best decision out of all the decisions, or fifth even, right? So he needs to work on making the better decisions. But I'll be honest, he's pretty consistent with the decision making. Like he doesn't make bad decisions, but he just doesn't make good decisions either. So he's consistent, he's solid. You wouldn't want to have him playing Clown Wars, to be honest with you. I had many Clown Wars experience with him, and he's one of those people that cannot listen. They don't ever listen. They either just have you force them to listen and leave. And sometimes people take that as if I think he's better than me. That's not the case. It's just that I know that he's not going to listen to me, so I'll just go with what he says because then we have a better chance of winning the clown war or whatever verses we're doing, right? It's not going out of voluntary. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't listen to him if he actually listened to me, but I'm listening because I'm forced to listen in a way, right? So I feel like with Better it's kind of like that. Um, I think Better had a really good peak with Fuzz. Fuzz days. I think Fuzz did a really good job training him, making him play very safe, making those best decisions and never lose mass and keep mass. But right now he doesn't have Fuzz and he's kind of washed. He's coming back though, so I have him in the clan now. I have him in Digit, and we'll see how he's with his active. He told me many times that he'll be coming back and be active, but never follow through, right? So I don't know if he's a face or not. So I'm gonna keep him as member, but I'm not gonna give him more than that until he actually shows that he's committed like that, right? But I'm happy to have him. He's a really old friend of mine. I love him. He's really nice to me. I don't think he's nice to everyone else. He could be toxic to other people. So I'm gonna badge him with the toxic. Toxic. He gets the toxic badge, I think. Um, all right, moving on. Katie. I think Katie is a really solid new player, right? He wasn't like that solid. He was a 256 comber. He's a 256 comber. So those people usually take a little bit of time. They start off playing with 10 mans and everything, and then once they get comfortable, they can do quad, or they can do hexa, or they can do multi. Right? Right now, I see Katie multi-boxing taking over big servers like it's easy. He gets clips, and he has those mechanical skills, right? I don't know if he has those game sense, like OG, like experience skills like some of us have. I don't think he has that, but I think he has those mechanic click fast and move fast and do things fast and do it like reflex good. Like I think he has those like he's like a youth. Like if you were able to say teenagers and like old experienced wise people, he's a teenager. And he's like you know how some teenagers are just like on top of the world and they're leading the scene. I think he's leading the scene a little bit. Astral, nah, I gotta give it up to Astral. To be honest, he has my respect in certain ways, right? Um, I think Astral is a very, very, very good player. Okay, his experience is very OG too. I knew him since 2015. No, that's too much. I knew him since I actually seen his rise up with Ascension, right? Um, he has been a clan leader since then. He's been leading most of the scenes since then. Um, he's been very skilled. He's been playing lots of clan wars. You would like to have him in the clan. One thing about him though, does have his own circle that he doesn't really expand, so he doesn't really play with other people that much. So maybe he won't be the best to have in the clan, but like once you have him in the clan, that clan is like officially like okay, they got Astral. You know, like he's. I'll give credit when it's due. I'll be honest, right? He's been leading the scene for a while by being a leader. I respect that and skill. Not a lot of much to say. He is toxic though. I don't think he's that toxic to me because we've been knowing each other for a while now. Sometimes he can be toxic a little bit here and there to me, but like not to the extent where I'm like, yo, okay, that's too much over. You know. However, I definitely seen him being toxic, so he's gonna get the badge and tag toxic. He's toxic. That's it. Scrime. I think Scrime is really, really positive person. I like him. When it comes to multi-box, he's more multi-boxer than duo, right? I feel like with duo though, for example, he has that adaptability game sense, right? So when he plays with me, like if he listens to me, we do good, we perform good. But sometimes when he tries to like not act like I feel like he doesn't have confidence. That's the issue with him. If he had that confidence, every time I'm like, yo, you know what to do. I know you know what to do. You just don't do it. So Scribe, be more confident, play good. I think you are a member level, maybe advancing at certain times if you are comfortable, right? Like if so that's why like your peaks are like advanced. You can definitely be a solid advanced player. You just need to be more confident, and I guess that's it. But I think Scrime is one of those people that are like playing for fun most of the time, so he's not like a try hard in that sense, right? He's just enjoying while playing, and I respect that. Scrime is a very good player person to have in the clan. He plays with the people. He is active. He isn't toxic. He is a decent player. Scrime is a like for a digit. I would do. I would give up a like an elite to keep him. Does that make sense? I don't know if you all understand what I mean by that, but I would give up an elite to keep him. That's his value to digit and to me. You know what I mean? So just because I don't think he's elite doesn't mean I don't value. I value him very much so. I need more people like Scrime. If you are like Scrime, come to me, right? We can talk and test and see if you're a good fit for this one. Snowy is a 256 player. I don't think he was ever that good, if I'm being honest, personally. I never think he was a challenge to beat. I think he was a bad person to play with against. Do I like him? Is he my friend? Yes, yes, yes. All those are yes. I love you, Snowy. You know I do. I'm gonna keep it a buck though. Nick, Nick, to be honest, Nick has been leading the scene when it comes to 16 since run days, and even more. He has that history. I knew him for a long, long, long time. I respect him for that. I don't think he's that toxic. I didn't see him being that toxic. I don't know. So I think he's good, but I think he plays 64 very well too. But I'm not gonna talk too much about that because he is more 16 dominated. So I'm just gonna go over. But Nick, I like Nick. I don't have an issue with him personally. I don't know how he's with others, so I'm not gonna speak for everyone, right? Proxy already mentioned. Sense is a 16 player, I'm pretty sure, so I'm not gonna say much about him. Lucid, so Lucid is my friend, of course. I like him and everything, right? So you know how we were talking about standard deviations and ranges that wavelengths have. He has one of the biggest standard deviations and wavelengths out of everyone. So sometimes he can be member level, but sometimes he can be elite, honestly. And it pisses me off. Because why can't you be elite all the time if you're elite one time? If you can't get there, why don't you just stay there, right? I don't know if it's a lag. I don't know if it's the ego. I don't know what's going on. He's really egotistic. I think he is toxic. I'll give him the badge to him being toxic. He is even sometimes toxic to me. I just have to remind him, yo, I don't mess with that. Don't be toxic. And then he stops eventually, but he is toxic. Sorry. It's just the truth. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I do like you. You helped me a lot. We've been together for a while. Our relationships are really connected and rooted. It's more than Gota, but we are talking about Gota only. So you are toxic in the community. Do I think you're underrated? I do think you're underrated. People go hard, too hard on Lucid. I don't think he's that bad. I think on average he's skilled. Do I? I think he's someone you would want to have in the clan, 100%. See, Lucid wasn't that relevant a long time ago, but he's one of those people where I personally made investments in when he was a random, right? And I'm really happy with what I made with the investments. But sometimes when the investments like make a lot of money, sometimes I don't know, the company can do some like silly things and they can get a little loose. So sometimes you just need to make sure the settings are right, right? But other than that, Lucid is a solid player. I just wish that he can keep being elite rather than going to be elite at some plays or whatever. Oh, another thing about Lucid is he does not listen. That's I just I don't know what to do with that. I mean, that's why I always have him call out. I don't think he's better than me in that sense when it comes to game sets and motherships. But I just have to listen to him because he never listens to me or he thinks whatever I say is bad, right? But if you were to put it into a test where I don't know, like what I like, you get the point. Other than that, he's like what I said with better, right? Um, so other than that, I don't have much to say about him. He is more of a duo player than multi, uh, but I hate to play with him to be honest with you. That's what I think. Zay, I don't think Zay is as good as he's hyped. If I'm being totally honest with you, people hype him too much. I never. I think I played with him once or twice. I'm not sure. Maybe a long time ago. I do remember him. I think from Serenity. I think that was his peak. I think he's died down now. He's not that good. Sorry, call me crazy. Whenever he plays alone, he doesn't take over. Or I always see him with someone that is better than him playing. Always. I never actually see him playing alone and playing with someone who's worse than him and carry him. Does that make sense? He is a good assist character for what it seems like, right? He listens. He does good motherships with hexas, but I don't get impressed by that. I don't find that skillful. Um, I think he is more of a multiplayer than a duo. Keep that in mind, right? Um, but I don't think he's at his peak right now. He's died down. He's not leading the scene. He's just at his corner. He could be getting his shine again if he tried. Maybe I don't know. He died down though. Preston, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Preston is not good. I really am not saying this through hate. I'm really not saying this through any hate. Wait a second. Um, yeah, I'm not saying this through any hate. Preston is just really bad. He doesn't know how to split run. He doesn't know how to duel. He doesn't know how to take over multi only. And even if he does, he usually doesn't take over multi. And even if he does, he all he does is he doesn't do anything skillful. He doesn't do anything skillful. He just stands, feeds all doubles, diagonals, camps, breaks. All he does, and it's not skillful. It's not impressive. It's boring. It's maybe he has a good patient game sense. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like him at all. Personally, he's toxic as well. Don't want to have him in the clan. He doesn't do anything good. I don't want him in the clan. That's why I purged him from Digit. He isn't good. I'm sorry, Preskin. I don't want to burn a bridge, right? We've been together from Empire days. You've been with me for a long time, following me through class and everything. But I think enough is enough. I said I'm gonna keep it a buck. So that's what it is. Archangel, I think Archangel is solid multi-boxer, bad duo. I don't know why he can't duo. He just can't duo. He's a transition from 256. So maybe something happened with that conversation, convert. But other than that, I think Archangel is a solid player. I do see him play multi and take over multi. He is kind of similar to Prescott in certain ways. That's all I gotta say about him. He isn't toxic though. I like him. I want him in the clan because he joins scrims. He tries to do it. At least he's trying, right? He's a solid player. He's a member or advanced level. I would like to have him in the clan. I wouldn't want to have him leave. Everest. I don't know if I know him by that name. I don't know if I know him. I'm just gonna skip. He might be 16. Omar Y. Omar Y had his peak. I don't even know if he plays anymore. But he used to lead the scene at some point. So he has that name. Like he was in the scene. He is in that bubble, but he's like forgotten in that bubble. I'm surprised he even reacted and he's in Digit. I didn't even know. So hello Omar Y, if you're watching this, good to see you again. He's not toxic at all. I like him. Mason. Mason was in. I think he's 16 main now. Was he in run playing 64 sometimes? I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say much about him. He is relevant in 16 bubble Gota, right? Is he leading the scene there? I'm not sure. Um, Sova. Um, Sova. I don't really have much to say about him. Sova got trained by Fuzz. Uh, Fuzz trained him well. Now he's more of a multi than duo. I personally am not impressed by Sova, if I'm being totally honest with you. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I never actually played with him. Oh no, I actually did play with him once. I remember first days he was irrelevant. Better was training him. My bad, not Fuzz. Fuzz trained Better. Better is training Fuzz. No, Better is training Sova. I just remembered. Oh my god, I remember Better telling me that Sova paid him to get trained by Better. I'm like, oh my god, no way you're making money off of people training. I'm like, I met with Sova. We had that conversation then because I was close with Better. I was like, damn, I'm crazy. I mean, that was Better's peak MV days, so he was able to get a client to pay him while playing. Um, I could have trained him as well, but yo, I gotta take a quick break, real quick. Give me 1 second. I gotta get a quick break. I'll be right back. right? I'm back now. So I was left off at Sova. Yeah, Sova is he was a random. I think that's really bad for your reputation. I would never ever ever pay someone to train me, or even like that's just ridiculous. That you're taking the game a little too seriously at that point. I don't know if he's still playing that much. He is more of a multi-boxer than a duo. I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. I mean, he's not in the scene, so I don't know that much about him. But like, I always see him. I think yeah. I always see him someone carrying him or playing someone. He plays with a lot of good people, so people might think that he is good. He might just be an assist character. Could he lead? Could he carry? Not sure. He's kind of like he isn't. He's nothing without the people that he plays with. Pretty much, he would just be forgotten. No one would know him. But since he plays with that like good players or whatever, right? Uh, because of that, he's maybe still relevant. But personally, I wouldn't want him in the clan. He's not active. He's not. I don't know like much about him. Maybe it would be good. I may be mistaken. So if you're watching this, don't take it personal. I'm just telling you what I know about him. Feel free to give me more insights about you, right? But that's all I know about you. That's what I think about you. That's what I experienced. Uh, Whenever I play with it against you, I don't see you play alone. And if I do, you don't seem to take over like solid, you know. So that's what I think about Soma. Um, I also reacted this. Um, do I want to talk about myself? I actually didn't think of that. I'm just seeing that right now. But I mean, what do you guys want to know about it? Just comment down below. I'll say a brief about me. I think my specialty is. I mean, some of you guys are gonna laugh, but I think my specialty is game sense. I do think my solo tricks are good because I used to main 256 before I mained. So like I was saying, I was so old that I basically played every mode, even instant merge. I was main at instant merge at some point, so you get the point. I played everything, right? But before Mega, I was main 16 because at the time there was only 16, right? So there was another things to main on, but you get the point. Before I was main in 64, I was 64 main, but then 256 happened and I joined 256. You get the point. For a while I was 256, then went back to Mega a couple years back. I mean, a lot. I haven't played 256 like mainly for a while, but since then my solo tricks were perfect. But I feel like my solo tricks are kind of dying out a little bit. It's not as clean as it was because personally, you just don't need that much in Mega. When it comes to motherships, I feel like when it comes to the knowledge of motherships, I feel like I could improve on that, to be honest. But when it comes to making the mothership, like knowing which motherships to do what it where, with the knowledge I have, I'm really good at that because of the game sense. When it comes to split run, people criticize me way too much for the split run. I don't want to hear it. You guys are bullshitting, and I know it, and you know it. I don't want to hear anything about the split run. It's not the best, maybe. Fuck it. I mean, I'll accept that, but don't treat it like it's trial level. I don't like that. I mean, you're just lying out of your ass. Okay. Uh, I split run any mass. I am better smaller than big. I'll admit. I still know how to spell at any size. Pretty good. So people definitely um they over exaggerate my spell run being bad when it's much better than yours. Your box split run. Honestly, everyone who said my split run are bad are the people who do the box thing, like split up, split to the sideways. Like what? No, I don't do that crap because it's slow and it's like I'll do that when I'm very big, maybe, right? Like you people who know how to split run actually know what I'm talking about. Please, like, back me up on this. If you are a real one, like, come on. I'm not taking no shit from no one. Like that's some bullshit. I don't care what, like, yeah, you're gonna say something about that. I know. I mean, if I can't convince you, I can't convince you. I'm not gonna force you. But I'm just letting you know. I don't believe what you're telling me. I'm not gonna accept it. You can't believe what you want. I'm not gonna believe that. I think my spell is good, not decent, good. I think it's good. Not the best either. Do I think there's improvement needed? there is improvement needed on that. Mothership kit, I already told us about. Yeah, I think that's it. Am I toxic? I'm not toxic. I'm not toxic. I could maybe sometimes be toxic to be defensive, but I never no, I'm not toxic. I don't give myself the badge of being toxic. Um, I don't think I think I've been in the scene for a while. Whenever I come back, I do a clan, people join, like, right. I'm not like, I remember Melise saying on the last video, saying, "Oh, yo, you're flexing or whatever, whatever." I wasn't trying to flex. I was just trying to be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Before all this, before you take over players that are watching this video right now. I mean, to be honest, this is me not being relevant. Before you all, there was the Clipper community that was much bigger, that would get me like tens, thousands of views, right? Thousands, like I was more relevant and more in the scene there, but now there is no scene other than like this, like maybe there is in the Clipper community. I don't know. I'm not in that like bubble now. Now I like left that bubble and now in this the bubble. I think I'm in the scene, but um, am I at my peak right now? That's a good question. I don't think I'm at my ah. I don't know. I think I might have had a better peak because this is why. Okay, if you compared me what I know and what I can do right now, of course I'm at my peak because I didn't forget anything. I just gained more knowledge, so I'm at my peak. But when I'm talking about peak, I'm talking about like relatively. So I think I really do. I had a better peak at certain points in this whole entire journey, right? I still right now I think I'm at a peak right now as well, but skill wise, but I think there were bigger peaks when the game was more alive, whether that comes to skill, relevancy, streaming, YouTube, whatever, right? Uh, because I was ahead of time. Literally, that's what makes you become the peak. When you invent something new, when you when you bring something new to the table, that's what I call a peak. That's what I call like a. That's what I call a. Yeah, that's what I call a peak. Like you were ahead of your time basically, and I think I was ahead of my time at some point. But right now, I think people are caught up, and I'm trying to invent something new, whether that's a mothership or something. But I'm clueless. I mean, if someone wants to experiment, I sometimes experiment, trying to find like a new mechanic, but I can't. It's really hard. Inventing things are really hard. Um, you like someone named you. I'm not talking about you. You, I think he is funny. He can be jokingly toxic. I don't think he's that toxic. Um, I think he's chill. He's in my clan. He's active. Do I think he's the best player? No, I don't think he's good. Do I think he's member level? I think he's member level if you push it. If you push it, if you just like lift a little bit, he's member level. But other than that, I think he's pretty chill. I'm glad I have him in digit. I'm happy to have him in digit. Plus, Aleph, I don't know that much about you, man. Sorry. Ward 2.0. I don't know if I know you that much. Forgive me if I forgot your old name. I don't know. I don't know you that much, so I can't really comment. David, I think David is a member level player that is always 10 men, and he's always in the background behind those Spanish people, right? Spanish players. He never actually made a name for himself. So he would just always be under Empire or under the Spanish or whatever squad they're making every week. He would just be following that crowd. He never actually went out of his way to become his own self. If he did, would he be successful? I don't know. That's it. David has never been on the scene like that. I don't want him in the clan that much. I wouldn't want him because he's not like that good. He's good. He's member level. He would pass for the clan, but I mean, right now we have like 50 people in the clan. I don't want more people that are mid, that are not active, that are not loyal, that are not English speaking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just know. I do like David. We jokingly are toxic and we jokingly have a beef. Other than that, there's not much to say. Mars, Mars actually just came back recently. I played with him today. Honestly, he's really good. To be honest, I did not expect that. He's like right now, he's like advancing skill level. His peak would definitely maybe be skilled or expert. Um, yeah, I think he's a solid player. Is he toxic? I don't think so. Is he active right now? Yes. Do I want him in the clan? Yes. He's a really good, solid, rise up, shine, perfect. Did he ever lead the scene? I don't think so. He started having his peak recently though. Like before this, like quit. I think his peak was good recently. ZDB. Um, Now with ZDB, he manages to be on the scene. Definitely, he is he is good right now. I don't think he is at his peak. I don't think he is very good. Um, Call me crazy. ZDB is good, but I don't know if I would. I mean, recently, currently, right? I think he was ahead of his time back in the day. Right now, I think he's like that player that I know he works at a mall right now. Me and ZDB are chill. So I don't think he's toxic. Maybe he's not toxic to me. I don't know. I'll take that back. He might be toxic to others. Uh, he's chill with me. We sometimes call. We sometimes play. Right. He works at a mall now. Right, selling candy. I'm pretty sure. Uh, and I think that keeps him busy. And he also has university, I think, that keeps him busy. So maybe he died down. Is he still in the scene? I'm not sure if he's leading a scene, but he's always going with the scene, if that makes sense, right? So respect him for that. Is he OG? I don't think he's that OG. I didn't know about him until Serenity made him a thing. To be honest, I did not know anything about him until Serenity. Like Serenity made him a Clown player and made Zay and him become this like, oh yeah, that's where they became popular. I just remember this was old. Zay and ZDB won a quad multi or duo tournament, and then from there they got the hype, and since that they were cruising on that hype. So respect to that, honestly. But before that, they were, I don't know if they were randoms or I don't know. Maybe I just didn't meet them at that time. Let me know about your histories. Were you guys even on Gota? Did you come back from dinosaurs? I don't know. But ZDB right now is not as good as he used to be. Especially every time I see him play, he's quadding or hexa or something. Like I never see him alone. If I see him alone, he loses the mask most of the time. He doesn't do a solid takeover. He has some good mechanics, but I don't think it's that good anymore. He's rusty. I would still definitely think he's like skilled expert. I think he's expert level right now. He is considered to be elite for most people because of his past reputation. Yeah, his past reputation was veteran level even because he was ahead of his time. Currently speaking, I'm not sure. Currently speaking, I would say expert. That's just me though. Call me crazy. I said I'll be a bug. I'll be keeping it a bug. Nothing hard. ZDB is my G though. XM. Moving on to XM. XM. I don't know if he even plays anymore. Not much to say about him, but he was always that member level that would just be Serenity member level. Serenity just. I think Serenity made a name for him. Oh, about ZDB by the way. One thing about ZDB is he never stayed in his little group. He actually went out to make his own name. So I respect that. So when you talk about ZDB, you don't assign him to he's from this group. He is his own name. That's good. With XM, I mean, XM is a G, but I haven't seen him play anymore. Like, I think he might be even trial or like not even passing for a clan anymore. I don't know if he plays anymore, but yeah, sorry XM. I love you though, you know that. Raven Gota, I heard of this. I don't know if it's a YouTuber, clipper, or 16 player. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say that much about him because I don't know you that much. Forgive me if we met and we know each other. I just forgot, or you changed your name. I don't remember your name. Um, Let me know if you know me or whatever. Just comment, right? Holy Fine is not at his peak anymore. He had his peak at Serenity when he was elite there or tester there or whatever. He's no longer at that peak. Do I think he's good? I think he's solid. I think he's skilled level right now. Um, he never actually he used to, but now he doesn't play with outside of his group. So not a lot of people know or think he's good. So maybe, but he's a really OG player. Yeah, he's a really OG player. I knew him for a long time, right? So good for him on that. Not much to say other than that. All they find is he's a G. I like him. Is he toxic? I think he's toxic. To be honest, I think he's toxic. So I'll give him the badge of toxicness. Um, Kopi, Kopi. I think with Kopi, he hasn't made a name for himself. He has made a name for his squad. Like when you think of Kopi, you directly assign that to Vexion, Misery, RX, Veli. Like you assign to the good level player being it. So I mean, I'm Spanish people, right? You like when you think of Kopi, you don't think of like Davet Mateo or whatever. Even Pascal, to be honest, he's like no, right? But when you think of Kopi, like you think of like the RX, Veli, and Vexion, which are like the good Misery, which are the better Spanish players, right? I think he's good right now. I played with him recently. I think he's like member level right now, though. I can't be lying right now. To be honest, he's washed. He's washed. Other than that, I think good. Aerobix is actually a very very old player. He's a G. I like him. Um, he doesn't remember this because actually he was one of those few people that helped me transition from 256 to Mega. Yeah, to Underworld. Like I remember, was it Riot or Prime? I forgot. Like him, Pricey, like Assault, and like Hollow, like all those people, right? Like I was like Hollow was my friend, so I joined and at Rubik's and I met there. Rubik's played with me. He knew me because I was a YouTuber and stuff like that. So he was like, "Yo, let me teach you some speedrunning stuff." So I knew what speedrun was, but like forward, I did not know forward. He was the first one to I think introduce me forward. Did we train together like that? I don't think we trained like that together. Like he never, but he was one of those first people that introduced me and cared enough to tell me what it is and show me a little bit on how it's done. So he always has a special place in my heart. I like him for that. Right now, I think he's very good. I don't know if he's elite level. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like with elite, it's like he definitely was elite. I think he is elite right now. I'm just not used to his play style. That's what it feels like. Um, he's skilled 100%, no argument. No one can say anything against that. I'm telling you, if someone calls Aerobix non-skilled, you're wrong. He is skilled. Okay. He plays multi. He takes over. He does good stuff on takeover. He does good stuff on sprint. He does good on duo. So if you think he's not skilled or whatever, you're wrong. Just stop lying. Stop accusing. Stop trying to do this political bullshit. Right? Trying to look other people that you don't like bad or whatever. He is what he is. Okay, stop. I know he gets a lot of hate for no reason. Um, he is toxic. I think. I think he's not toxic to me. He's toxic to others, so he gets that toxic badge. Sorry, Arabics. Don't come at me. I love you. You know, you know that I love you. So that's the 44 reactions we got from announcements. So if you didn't get your name called out from those reactions, it's either you reacted a little too late, or I just didn't know you enough to talk about you, or you weren't in that Gotaio bubble that I was talking about, or whatever, right? That's all I gotta say about all of y'all. Now, moving on to, let me see what we're talking about. Like, let's see. Um, let's not talk about other people that we didn't mention that didn't react. So this is gonna be handpicked. Who do I think are leading the scene, right? Um, so let's see. I'm gonna go look at my roster, right? I'm just gonna go quickly on this. I'm not gonna dive too much. So I'm just gonna like basically look at my roster and just give brief comments on everyone in my roster and other clans. And if someone's clan is, that means you're already not in the scene, you're not in the competition, or you're not you're not in the scene basically. So basically, I'm just gonna look at the top 64 clans and tell you what I think about all of them. Um, okay. So, Lucid, I already said. Ms. Lee's. Oh, yeah, Melise. With Melise, I think he's a good multi-boxer. Do I think he's toxic? Maybe. Jokingly. I don't think it's that toxic to give him a toxic badge. Not to me, at least. He's pretty chill with me. I think he's pretty solid. Like, we played duo with him. I think he has good game sense. Like, to be honest, I don't say this a lot, but I think his game sense is his specialty. To be honest, I don't think he's that good when it comes to Spear One. I don't think he's that good when it comes to solo tricks. I don't think he's that good when it comes to motherships, knowledge wise. But I think his game sense is carrying him. So somehow I associate myself with Melise a little bit. I see some similarities with me and Melise. Like he, I mean, I don't think we're like the same play style or like stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I don't know if Melise gets what I'm saying or others get what I'm saying. But like, Melise has game sense specialty. He does. He just has mass, gets mass. He does good multi. Right. I mean, he's just good. Not much I can say about him. Do I think he's elite? I think he's elite. I'm not sure. Never gets out of his bubble though. He doesn't play with a lot of people. Maybe he's expert. I'm not sure. Maybe he might just be expert. Not sure. Not that sure. I need to be more used to. Aseptic. He had a good peak. Right now he's dead. He doesn't even play like that anymore. He's a G. I love him. He had a good run throughout his career. He's been with me. He's one of my most loyal people. I love him. I knew him for a long time. We're more than just Gota players, friends, and like we're actually friends, like I always say. Not much anything. I mean, if he play right now, he would be better than half of the people that are playing. So he would be like advanced skilled. No problem there. If he tried and tried to get that rust up, he could be easily expert. Was he elite at some point? That's debatable. I would say expert for sure though. Right now though, he's advanced or skilled. Um, Jenner. See, with Jenner, it's kind of like Melise. He has no. Uh uh. I don't know. With Jenner, he's a very safe player. He's very consistent, right? I don't think he's elite. I think I gave him expert in it because he's really consistent. Like whenever I play with him or go against him or something with him, he performs good. He doesn't like do anything stupid. You know what I mean? He's one of the. I mean, actually, he may. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but he's very consistent, and you don't you don't feel like you have to carry Jenner that much, at least. You know what I mean? He's not a baggage. When you play with Jenner, you're gonna have a good time. You know, it's a good guarantee takeover. Right? So nothing bad against Jenner, nothing that good about Jenner is just a Jenner. I mean, to be honest, I don't have much. Ramazan is dead. I don't know what's up with him. When he plays multi. Is he good? He's decent. I think his peak was good though. His peak was elite. He was ahead of his time in Raisin days. He doesn't play like that anymore. I think he's right now advanced level. If he plays a little more serious skilled, if he comes back fully, he's expert. But I think he went to military, and after that, he had a long break, so he doesn't play that much anymore. Lawless, Lawless is he's not that in that 64 scene. A lot of people don't know him from 64. He is a 2v6 player. He's not playing 64. Is he good? Not really. He's member level. Do I like Lawless? He's gang. He knows it. I love Lawless. I think he's very funny. Um, but I think he can be toxic though. Yeah, he definitely gets a toxic badge. Sorry, Lawless. You're toxic. You got the badge. Moving on, Skyrim, I talked about him. Physics, I talked about him. Madra. Okay, I think Madra is hella underrated. I think Madra is hella underrated. He's a solid player. I think he's good. Honestly, I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's expert either. I think he can be skilled. He can be skilled if he was multi-boxing. I told him to get into multi-boxing. He's starting getting into multi-boxing, and I feel like he's now like, to be honest, I don't know if Madra had it. I didn't know who Madra was. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't know who you were until you joined Digit. because of NBL merge or deal or whatever, right? Since then, I'm so glad I had him. He's active. He plays with the people. He plays with me duo. Like he doesn't disappoint. Does that make sense? Does he sometimes doesn't make the best decision? Sure. Let's say we have those decision ranks 1 to 10. He goes for the fourth, third best decision, right? But he never does anything below 5. I like that. So I like that. I like Madra. He's not toxic at all. I'm so happy I have him in the clan. I like to have him in the clan, stay in the clan. Betix is a multi-boxer. I play with him duo too. I don't think he's elite. I gave him expert because I think he's good. He's multi-box. People do hype him up a little too much. I don't know if that's for jokes. I don't know what that's about. I think he's good though. He's a solid player. Um, I think he's more multi he's more multi than duo, but he doesn't disappoint. I like playing with him. Like he's one of those people where I wouldn't have to carry, or he wouldn't necessarily have to carry me either. Like we match, right? Like we know what we're doing. Like he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like Betix, I like him. Just play together, boom, done deal. Doubles, dude, I don't know what's up with Doubles. People hate him too much. I think that was solid player, bro. I don't know. Sometimes he had okay. You know how we were talking about the standard deviation and all that stuff, right? Range and everything, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You remember, right? You remember those? Those like you. I want you to remember those. Doubles is like that. Sometimes it can be really bad, but I feel like that's just him trolling or lagging or something. I think his game sense is weakest point. I think his speedrun is good. I don't think I speedrun with him the best. I told you my best speedrun is with Messi. I don't know how, but he just understands. I understand what he's doing. If he's nice and smooth, I have fun speedrunning with him. With others, I just speedrun for functional reasons, for example, or I sometimes don't like to speedrun with people. With Messi, I actually have fun speedrunning. With Doubles, I sometimes have fun, but sometimes it's just for functional. Sometimes he doesn't understand what I'm doing. So with Doubles, his peak could be elite, to be honest. But sometimes he just plays like advanced level. Bro, I'm like, what are you doing, Doubles? Come on, you know what to do. You don't do what you're doing now. Like, I don't know. With Doubles, I just need a little bit more consistency. Other than that, I think he's really solid. Hugo, not much to say about him. He's been on the scene. He is solid player. I think he's advanced or skilled sometimes. I don't know. I think he's advanced. If he tried a little bit better, he's skilled. I don't think he's elite. I don't know why, but I think his speed runs pretty good. I think his speed runs are good. Honestly, I like the way he speed runs. I think his game sense is the biggest weak. But with Huko, you know how I was saying, like he's one of those people where he knows what he's doing, so you wouldn't have to carry or do something crazy, right? So I feel like Huko is one of those people where he just knows what he's doing. He's just, but like when it comes to the decision making, he's not making the best decisions. I think. Uh, did I say something about Trexie? I think I did. I think so. Archangel, RX. I think I mentioned them a little bit, right? RX. I think when it comes to mechanics, I think RX is good. When it comes to mechanics, I think game sense is good. Honestly, Mothership's good. Not much to say. To be honest, he's really underrated. I think a lot of people don't give him credit. I think he's elite, to be honest. But I think he's easy to bait. Like he doesn't have that patient game sense. I don't know. I think RX is good. Call me crazy. RX is I think elite. I'm just not giving him a league because he's not active in Digit or he's not doing anything for Digit. And I don't know if he's loyal to Digit. So if you are RX, if you're watching this, that's what I think. So just let me know, we can get some stuff sorted out if you are committed. Aerobics, I talked about him with Septic, I talked about Carlos. Carlos has been on the scene for 256 most of the time. He and me are going way back from Empire days. We've been leading that clan together. I love Carlos. He knows that. I think Carlos is solid. I think he plays really good. I think he is more of an assist character than a lead character. He always has been. Um, I don't think he is in the scene for Mega that much because he doesn't play with a lot of people. He just plays with his friends like Vexion and stuff like that. Right? So I don't really know, but I think he's a solid player. He does. Nobody really knows him that much though. People know him, but like not like that. You know what I mean? I like Carlos though. He's a G. I think he's really good too. I don't think he's elite. In 256 he was really good. He was definitely there. Was it Demon? I remember when he was like a complete random and Demon or some Danger, not Danger. Was it Danger? I think it was Demon. Demon and Carlos, they were like a duo. I was like, oh yeah, we should get in that Empire. And since then, they had a really big cruise up, and then boom, like it was good, really good. So I love Carlos. We have a good history together. Physics talked about proxy doubles. I talked about who's going larger. So Sorochi is a, yeah, I mean people don't know him. It's a girl actually. Sorochi is a girl, and she is an underworld player. She plays at night. She is a better multi-boxer than duo. She is loyal. She never left the clan. She joined the clan and never left. She is active. She uses tag. Um, is she good? Nah, she's not that good to be honest. I'm sorry. Um, but I mean, she's not toxic at all. Me and her chill. You know, it's good. It's good to have her in the clan. That's why I don't remove her roles. Um, because she is loyal. And she cares about the clan too. She wants to get tests for it and stuff like that. That's good. We want those people that actually value what we value, you know. So she has those digit values. Scram talked about stylish. I talked about it. Aerox. Aerox, for those who don't know, is a 256 transition. It's like Davet, um, but is more loyal and less toxic than Davet. Basically, that's what who he is. Asian boy. I think his game sense is trash. I love Asian Boy. He's funny. His speedrun is good. I'll give that to him. His speedrun is good. Other than that, if he just commits to being an assist character, I think it'll be good. Diga, dude, I don't know if Diga got a glow up. He's claiming to be elite, but the Diga I know is not that good. Call me crazy. And I played with you a couple times. I wasn't that impressed. I think you're just member level. I think you got a lot of ego. I don't know where you got that ego, but just cut it off, man. Just don't have ego no matter how good you are anyway. But like, if you're gonna have ego, at least have something to back up, if you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? I love Digga though. He knows me. But I just saw a little bit of ego that I didn't like. I did not like that ego at all. Lawless talked about luxury is basically lawless but better. No offense, lawless, you're gang, but luxury is more gang. Mitch, Mitch is a good player to have. He's active. He's good. He's advanced in my opinion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's not toxic. Yeah, good, good. All good things about him. Musavir is a G. He's one of the first ones to join the clan. He never left since, and he's been member. He never has ego. He is more of a multi-boxer than a duo. Is he good? I don't think so. Is he trash? I don't think so. Is he random? I do think so. Do I wish he wasn't random? I wish so. Do I love Musavir? I love Musavir. Is he loyal? He's super loyal. Yeah, that's about it. Musavir is a G. That's all I have to say. NWK is a G. He was funny. He's Smoke's old duo, and so for that reason, he's close to me. I met him since then. He's a G. He's funny. I think he's good, but he just doesn't take it seriously. I think if he tried, he can be advanced easily. He just doesn't take the game seriously. But I don't mind that. I mean, he's playing it for fun, which is how you're supposed to do this game, right? Robez, bro, I don't know why people hype Robez up, bro. I swear to God, bro, Robez has no game sense. I'm so sorry, Robez. To be honest, I think you're toxic too. I don't know. You betrayed us for a couple times. I didn't forget those. I did forgive you though. I forgive but not forget. So you're welcome back in the clan. I tested you, and you did not do good on that test. I don't care who says what. I didn't find you good, bro. Your game sense is trash. Your spirit one wasn't that good. Your solo tricks, who cares about solo tricks? Motherships, we didn't do a good motherships. Like, I'm sorry, man. That was just a horrible experience. I never want to play with you ever again. Sorry. Not much to say. I said I'm gonna keep it a buck, guys. Don't come on me. Snakes. Snakes is to be honest, Snakes is a very safe player. He's like Scrime. He's good. Maybe a little bit better than Scrime. Not sure. He's consistent. He's consistent. That's what we like to see. He's loyal. We like that. He's active. We like that. He's been in this. He's never been on the scene. He's always been in the background. I feel like I always seen him been in clans like Run. He was in Run for so long. Uh, do I like him? I like him. I sensed a little tiny bit of ego, just a little bit. Call me crazy, but I think Snakes is chill. He's not toxic with it. You know, he's like he actually believes that. So I don't know if that's ego, but that's just like confidence. I don't know. I think Snakes is chill though. I think he's solid. I think he's advanced level. Snore. I forgot if it was Snore or Snova, but they're like, I think it's like Sorochis, Musaver, Snakes. I mean not Snakes. Snore, Snova. Those people are like the night crew, night shift. They take over at night and they always put it together. They do takeovers together. They're loyal. They're chill. They're not toxic. Yeah, that's what I have to say about them. They're G. I mean, I'm so happy that they're in the clan. They're using the tag. They're keeping it active. I like it. Tina. I mean, Tina. He's an OG player. I know that, but I forgot about him. Now he's back. He's a good multi-boxer. Not really that much good on duo. Is he that good in general? I don't think so. He's just member level in my opinion. Maybe advanced certain times, but I don't know. I don't have much. He's Egyptian. He's not that toxic. He I think faked to be a girl one time back in the past. I'm not sure. I don't know why he did that. Weird. But Tina is a chill person. I don't know that much to tell you. Raze is a G. He was one of those first people that like I knew him for a long time. He was a Digistapple. Now he's kind of retired. He doesn't play that much. Whatever. He's inactive. But he's loyal to me. He's loyal to this clan. He's done so much for this clan in the past. He's a G. He has that special treatment that not a lot of people are gonna have. Love you, Raze. You know that. You already talked about it. Better Yhiita. Complex. Don't know who he is. I see him take over here and there. I think he's a random. You see in the scene. He's the newest person I know that is in the scene. I think. But I don't think he's in the scene. And then what's the other guy? Simple or Simply or some bullshit. Like they're like a duo or some bullshit. I don't know. That's what I think though. I don't think they're. I don't know if they're. I don't know. I don't see them play that much. I don't see them do anything. But I don't know. I don't know who they are. Someone tell me who they are. Are they alts? Who are they? Are they good? Does anyone even? Who has played with them? I know Messi tested him, and Messi was saying, "Yo, he's good. He's good." What? Who even is he? So I mean, he might be an alt. I don't know. Someone tell me who he is. Copy. We already talked about it. Dior. Yeah, I think I talked about it. I didn't like that, right? Malu is a like Carlos type person, right? He's been in Empire with me for a long time and stuff like that. I like him. He's a G. Is he that good? I don't know. I haven't played with him that much, but I don't think he's more than advancing. Uh, Thor is a G. I love Thor. He's one of the founding fathers in Empire and Digi and everything. Was he a random before he was? But I'm so glad now he's now a staff in Gota. Like he has one of those biggest kind of like glow ups, I guess in a way, right? Thor has definitely left lead the scene like crazy. Um, um, I love Thor. He's not toxic at all. He is one of the backbone of this game. I swear to God, without Thor, this game would be shit. Like no staff does anything other than him, to be honest. But skill wise, I don't think he tries that much no more. He used to be like advanced skilled level, but right now I think he's like, I think he could be advanced still. I'm not sure, but to be safe, member. But I think he's a solid player. I think he's member. Like no one can say he's not member level. You know what I'm saying? He's takeover player. He knows how to do split run and he knows motherships. He knows what's up. Like he knows what he's doing. Like he's not a random. He's good. He's just not that focused. Super talked about him. Marcel talked about. Okay, so my roster's done. Now let's go to another. Scrime, I talked about him, bro. Scrime, I just love Scrime, bro. Scrime is the homie. We weren't that cool together, but I'm so happy that we're now like bonded. Like we met each other and we were like, yo, we have a good chemistry. Let's just do it. Let's look at Everlasting. I see Kido as leader. He's no longer good. I don't care what anybody says. Yo, he was in AA. He was in Undisputed. Sorry, Kido, you're not that good, bro. I'm sorry. You only play with good people because you had a good peak, so people like to play with you for your name. Let's be honest here. Don't lie to yourself, guys. Kido's not that good. Atlas. Atlas, for those who don't know, is Keshav. Um, I think he had a good glow up. He was a random. He then became decently good in multi. I see him taking over. He does play with a Hexa a little too much though. Uh, he he was a former Digit member. Him and I were close, but I don't think we talk like that anymore. Not much to say. I knew a lot about him, but I forgot. Keshav, he was in the Digit. He used to follow Roner. Roner and I made Digit. He came and we met from there. He wasn't like a random, but he was like a member that nobody knew. But now he's like considered to be elite or whatever. I need to duel with him to know if he's elite like that. But I'll give him skilled or expert, no problem. Gasper, I think Gasper is good, but he's skilled. I don't think he's elite. Not much to say about him. I think it's cool. It's chill. Heavy, heavy. I don't know too much. I mean, no, actually, no. Heavy was a Digit staff, and he did some mistakes, and I think he nuked or helped with a nuke. I don't remember the details. For that reason, I after that we weren't that close. So that's what's up with Heavy. Do I think he's good? I think he's member level, maybe advancing level, maybe like peak advanced if you want to push and crack rocks. He's skilled. Revel, I don't know who Revel is. Is it Knight? Is it Dark Poo Poo? I remember, but I don't remember. He's one of those background people that nobody really knows or not really care. So I'm just gonna dodge that. Boltex. Boltex is a G, and to be honest, he's been leading the scene impressively. I did not know that much about him before. I think he was a random. Now he's in that transition. Now people are like, okay, he's in the scene. Like he's hosting tournaments. He's been joining clans. He made Zodiac, and he's been like server owners and admin. He's trustworthy. He's like he's building rep right now. He's I think at that stage of building brick by brick rep, right? So I like that about him. He's pretty chill. Can he be toxic? I don't think he's toxic at all. I mean, not with me at least. I don't know with others. Uh, Novel. Is he from the Novel from Senator? I don't know who he was. Or Nocturnal. I think OG player don't know. He doesn't play no more. Who cares? Rav. I don't remember him too much. I think I remember. I don't know. Forget it. Uh, who's this guy? Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Rally, I talked about him. Andy, I don't know who Andy is. Aramox. Aramox had a good peak with Gasper or what was the other guy? Emirhan. Is Aramox Emirhan or no? Aramox was someone else. Aramox was like that member level dude all the time. I played with him. Apparently, I didn't even know he was Aramox, but he failed. I'm sorry. I mean, if I knew you, maybe I would have changed my answer. But guess what? Wouldn't have been honest, right? I didn't think you did good on that test. I don't know if you play like that anymore. Cal, I don't know. Not Cal. Is that Cal with a CAL? Whoa! I just remember who that. What happened to that guy? I don't know who K with a K, Key KAL is. King. I don't know who King is. Mason 16. Savage. Savage is overrated. I don't care what name it says. He's not good. Sorry. Did he get a peak? He had a peak at Nocturnal back when this was OG though. So since he was OG, people he was like he's basically like Kidu and stuff like that. Like he's not that good no more, but he used to be that good. TPI, bro, I don't know what's up with TPI. He has the biggest inflated ego. I don't think he's that good. Every time I see him playing multi, I respect one thing about TPI. One thing I respect about him, he does not play in big parties. He plays multi or quad. Simple. So I respect that about him. Uh, but I need to see more. I don't think he's elite. I think he's advanced. I just seen a lot of ego with him, and that just pissed me off. I don't know why he has that ego. Uh, I don't know. There was just some cringe moments. I'm telling you, TPI, if you're watching this, no hate to you. I love you. We were cool. I think we are still kind of cool, but there's some things that I didn't like about you, like with your the way you phrase things, the way you presented yourself and portrayed yourself. It's just like it felt a little cringe, and I'm like, oh okay, cool, you know. I don't know. He's not in the scene though, so. And I told him if he wants to join Digit, we can make him in the scene. But to be honest, that train passed a long time ago. Now that I like kind of met him and talk with him right now. Before he wasn't like that. Before he was a G, and I like that. Right now he still might be a G, but I didn't see that G that I thought I knew back then. I don't know. That's just one thing about I have to say. Is he toxic? To be honest, he might be toxic. I'm not sure. Um, Ven Ramez. I don't know who Ramez is. I watched his new video on 16. He's a 16 player, so I guess it's whatever. Astral, I already talked about him. Okay, that's it for Everlasting. Let's look at Serenity. I'm just gonna look at the important people. Proxy. Proxy is, well, he's bad. I swear to God, I don't care who, whatever it says. He used to be good back when he was playing with Ramazan and Raisin or whatever. But now he's so bad. I swear to God, bro. I mean, whenever I talk with Messi, he hypes him up, but like, no, bro, he's not that good. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I remember playing this tourney with him because we had to sub in someone. He's through, bro. He's so bad. I'm sorry. Maybe he's good at supervisor, so he can be an assist, but I would give him member or maybe advanced. He's not in the scene no more. He used to be back in Serenity, maybe. Um, Lele not in the scene no more. Fate not in the scene. Daro not in the scene. Zeal not in the scene. XM not in the scene. Senna not in the scene. Sardiox don't know who. RL don't know who. Flavio not in the scene. Epug not in the scene. Spencer not in the scene. Des is not in the scene. Dennis is not in the scene. Mystic not in the scene. Fanos used to be really good. I think he would be in the scene if he plays, but he quit, so he's not in the scene. Tiffany don't know who he is. Zach, I don't know who he is. I heard of him actually, but I forgot. Muzzy, he's not in the scene. He used to be decent. I don't know how he is right now. So moving on from Serenity to Ace. Um, um, Aizen, Aizen, is this roster updated? When was this updated? 16. Okay, I have to scroll. Damn, nobody online that is an Ace. I have to scroll down. To all of them have tag. Okay, I got it. I think. Okay, Zivian. I don't know who Zivian is, Zisto, and all these people popped out from. You know what I mean? These. Am I tripping? Did Zivian and Zisto exist like a couple years back? Who are they? I still don't know who they are. They just popped out. Like who gave birth to them? I don't get it. Who? I don't. I still don't know who they are, to be honest. Um, Other than Clown Wars, and like I don't know who they are. They just popped out of nowhere, and like people call them good. Somehow they gained that reputation. Good for them. Do I think they're good? I don't see them play alone. If I do see them play alone, I don't see them playing that good. So I don't think Zivian is that good. Zay, I talked about him. So I talked about him. Octavia, I talked about him. I think. Yeah, I talked about him. Zisto, I don't know who Zisto is. Is he a 16 player or 64? Is he a bit being the both? I don't think he's good in 250. I mean, in 64 that much. I don't know. A lot of y'all are gonna like call me like, oh, Yoxa, who are you to say shit like your ass, bro? Like, oh, whatever. Or like 1v1 me kid or something. Like, I don't care if you think I'm good or not. I'm the only guy who's gonna keep it a buck. Okay, guys? Just know what I'm saying is full non-political, not trying to make my friends look good and others look bad or anything like that. Like I'm telling you what I think. You tell me if you think the same way. You just tell me that. Okay. ZDB already talked about Phonics. Phonics, the German squad I think was one of the peaks. Phonics, Rush, Nas, Elevate, basically, which and Proxy. Like I think that was such a strong like they were so good in mechanics and communication, and they were like a clown team, like the German clown team that you would want to in the clan. I think he's not that good anymore, to be honest. Do I still want him in the clan? I do. See, I'm also gonna throughout this video I emphasize certain people that I want in my clan and certain people I don't, right? Like for example, Zisto, Zivian, people think they might be better, but I know they're not going to be beneficial to Phonics. Phonics, I want you in Digit. I do. Call me crazy. I think you would fit there better. I think you would be a shine again if we unite you with Proxy and have this German duo going on, and like it would be great. Just consider it. Phonics is one of those few people that I want you on my team. People, you know what I mean? I want you on my team. I want Phonics. I knew Phonics for a long time. Back in Crownless days, he used to be really good. Right now, I don't think it's that good. Sorry, Phonics, but I know you have potential in you. I know we have potential in together. I know that you can be really good in Digit. So please consider joining Digit. That's all I gotta say. Brawler 16 player, Arthur 16 player, Azen. He had his peak. He's not that good anymore. Uh, not sure what his level is right now, but not where he used to be for sure. Stop hyping him up that much. That days are over. Move on. Come on, community, move on. Let's look at the other people. Let me see real quick. Peter, I don't know how he popped out. Like who? Like it's one of those people like Zisto and Zban. Like, are they just 16 people that just started playing 64? Is that who they are? Don't know who they are. Um, Mozart decided. Heavenly. I don't think Heavenly is that good. He's good, but not that good. I remember we had a long history together, but I don't remember that long history. I just know that we have a long history together. Just can't recall it what it is right now. Okay, I think that's it for Ace. Not much to say there other than that. Wait, am I tripping? Oh, yeah, and then Dex. Dex and then Ace. See, Dex, I don't want to get into it too much, right? With Dex, I think everybody knows the situation. I'm not going to get into it more than it needs to be. His skill level right now, uh, it's hard. It's hard to say he's elite, but it's okay to say he's elite. Maybe, but I would only be comfortable giving him skilled or expert, right? Because he doesn't have that game sense. He has mechanics. That's one thing that he has that nowadays people don't have. But would I want him in Digit? 100%. Dex, I don't care if you're mad at me or whatever. This is a personal message for you. You know what I know. You know what I feel. I know you know how I feel about you, and you get the point. Just whenever your phase is over, you just give me a call. I'll be here. Okay. Um, I have no other comments on Dex. I'm just keeping him at his own little bubble right now until that bubble pops, and he's like, "Oh shoot, what am I doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just waiting for that bubble to pop. Moving on to Eternal. With Eternal, not much to say here. This is the last kind we're gonna go over. Runner is good. Naru we mentioned. Breath is good. Just like Naru. Whatever I said about Naru is probably like the same with Breath. Faint. I don't think he's in the scene no more. Dream. I think he's really good at multi-box, but I don't think he's that good at duo because he cannot communicate well. I think his game sense is really good. I don't know if his. I think his mechanics are really good too, actually. So I think Dream is really good. Black is good. Polyphon is good. Nevermind is good. Proxy is good. Shen is good. Shen is decent. Yeah, he had the elite peaks, but right now I would say expert or skilled. Adrian, don't know who that is. Bonnie, don't know. Cypress, member. Denny, member. Denix, member. Emirhan. Right now he doesn't play. I don't know. Jazz, don't know. Now he plays. He's member. Omar, Raza, don't know. RLS, and Zenix, I don't know. So that's all I have to say, guys. To be honest, Roner's a G. I love Roner. He knows that. Um, I think that's it. I think that's all the people I covered. All right, guys. Love y'all. xyoxa is out. Love y'all. Let me know what you think on the comment section. Don't get mad at me. I was just being personally honest to myself and to all of y'all. Okay, guys? Peace out. xyoxa is out. I'm out. Bye-bye.